Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Vince with Leone Consulting and the Practice Accelerator. And once again, thanks for joining me today. Today's episode, we are going to talk about confidence, how to create your confidence, how to protect it, how to build it up, all those types of things. And first of all, why do we want to, why is it so important? Why is it critical to have confidence in life as we move through it in practice, right? First of all, life is just more fun if we are more confident, right? We're less worries. We have a sense about us that people are attracted to, right? And so the more attractive we are, the bigger our practices are, the better things go. Life becomes a little bit easier, and then we start to create some momentum. Okay, so when we don't have it, that's when life is hard. Things aren't working out the way they should. We don't have a great outlook on life. All these things really kind of create just a not very fun existence. That's why it's just critical, absolutely vital. And by the way, this is a big episode, so I have a bunch of notes over here. I want to make sure that I get all this out to you. So if you see me peeking off to the side, that's what I'm doing. So please forgive. So let's talk about pre-confidence. In other words, confidence is low. Now, if this is the case, first of all, the first step, just recognize it. Okay, just recognize it and accept it, because everybody has been there. Everybody. I mean, now, not everybody has had, maybe have gone to the depths that either you may be at or that you've heard of people. I mean, we've heard of people that have like hit rock bottom and drugs, whatever. And by the way, you don't need to get that far down. But the first point is just recognize it and accept it and be okay with it. Okay, don't beat yourself up just because, oh my gosh, I see everybody else, they're doing so well. What's wrong with me? Nothing wrong with you. Okay, it just happens. It happens. It could be a health concern. It could be a relationship issue. It could be, something with your children. Who knows? And it doesn't matter what it is. It's just a matter of you making a decision to get it back, and that's critical. Again, you're not alone. This happens to everybody. If you know the actor William Shatner, right? So he's on Priceline and all that type of stuff, the commercials. But he was obviously I don't know, I may be older than you, but he was in Star Trek in the 70s, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, TV show on TV. People, go to these conventions, they dress up like weirdos, blah, blah, blah. But the point being is he was absolutely on the top of his game. Millionaire, had wife and 3 kids. Hollywood was, kind of his oyster, right? And so, but he lost it all. He, got a divorce. His wife took all his money, took the kids too. I think she took the dog. But the point being, and he was living in the back of his pickup truck. His pickup truck. It had a camper on it. That's the good news. But now he's worth like $100 million. So it's everybody goes through these different phases in their life. So you just recognize it, accept it, and don't be embarrassed, okay? A lot of times doctors will confide in me and say, it's embarrassing. I don't want to say kind of where I'm at in terms of revenue or new patients or whatever the case may be. And don't be embarrassed, because the only reason why we'd be embarrassed is because we're thinking about, well, what does so-and-so think about me, or what is so-and-so saying about me? Trust me, they're not saying anything. They're not saying anything because they're not thinking about you. They have their own life, their own practice, spouse, kids, bills, goals, ambitions, parents. They're not thinking about you at all. Maybe for 2 seconds. Oh, I wonder what Dr. Rick is up to. On to my life. Right? It's squirrel. They don't think about you. Seriously. So don't even give that a second thought. Don't ever worry about what someone else is thinking about you, okay? All you have to do is focus on you, okay? Just focus on you. Figure out, how do I get myself out of this slump, okay? Because I don't want to live like this, right? Okay. And by the way, like we talked about before, you don't have to hit rock bottom. You don't have to be, doing drugs and living in a van down by the river. It doesn't have to get that bad. It just has to get to a point where you kind of say enough is enough. I'm tired of living this way. I know how I want to live, and so I'm going to go ahead and do that and do whatever it takes to get there. Okay, so that is pre-confidence or low to no confidence. So let's talk about building confidence. So there's 4 steps to building confidence, and I didn't create these guys. One of my mentors, Dan Sullivan, he is, I honestly believe he's one of the greatest thinkers that we have going right now. He's coached entrepreneurs for 40 years, thousands and thousands. He just has a phenomenal mind. So these are his 4 steps. The first thing is commit, okay? You have to make a commitment to yourself. Now, can you tell your spouse about it? Put it on Facebook? Like, sure, you can do those things if you want to be held maybe more accountable, but what would be probably better is just being accountable to yourself, right? Make a commitment to yourself that you are going to do X, Y, and Z. Now, say, okay, my health is low, I want to improve my health. So, okay, over the next 3 days, I want to have 3 salads, I want to exercise, at least twice, and I want to, meditate each day for 10 minutes, and then do it, right? So that's your commitment, right? And this is just with yourself. You don't have to tell anybody about it. In fact, in my opinion, if you asked me, which you didn't, but that's okay, the less we talk, the less we tell people, I think the better. And the reason why I say that is because every time I've ever told anybody something that I thought was going to happen, or I was like really planning on happening, and frankly it all should have happened, it just seemed like it would kind of let the air out of the balloon a little bit. And a lot of times those deals or those situations that I was hoping were going to happen, they didn't. So I've just learned I'm just going to shut up, let my actions and let my results speak for me, right? So that's what I'd recommend, frankly, in that situation. So we're going to commit. Then we're going to take action, and we're going to gain courage in this. We got to display courage and gain courage in this situation. So we've got to commit, and then we need to get courage and then take action with that courage, okay? One of the examples of showing courage is really taking action in the face of obstacles. It's like if you're standing backstage, you're supposed to give a speech to 5,000 people, and for some reason you wet your pants. Well, you walk your butt out on that stage and you give your speech anyways. Okay, so that's true courage, actually. And that's another story by Dan Sullivan. So, and in my opinion, this is actually the toughest part, is really kind of mustering up that courage to take action, whatever it may be. Now you could be like, I want to build my practice. Well, your action would be, I'm going to learn Facebook advertising. I'm going to learn ClickFunnels. I'm going to learn how to shoot these videos so I can talk to patients. Whatever it is, it's a matter of taking action in the face of adversity, okay? They say that, true character is shown only when someone goes through adversity, and then what are they like? What do they do? What are their outcomes after that, right? So anyway, commitment, courage. Then we're going to get capabilities, right? Because we took that action and now we have new skills. Now it's not over, right? Because we need to then test and tweak, because like the first Facebook ad you run or the first public speaking event you do, it's not going to be perfect. In fact, it's probably going to suck. And that is okay, all right? Because then we're going to test, we're going to tweak things, we're going to change them, and then we're going to rinse and repeat, right? Go back out and do it again. And we're going to keep doing it until we get the outcome that we're looking for, okay? And then finally, step 4, that's when we get the courage, okay? Because we have committed to ourselves and kept it. We took action through courage. We gained capabilities or skills, and then we kept doing it until we got the result we wanted. And now the result of that is gaining confidence, right? So isn't that cool? Now, we got to protect that confidence. And this is big, right? Because we don't want to go back where we were before, back to that no to low confidence. No, we just did all this out. We committed to ourselves. We took action. We got capabilities. We got some positive results, and we got some confidence going. Now we want to keep it going, right? We want to keep that momentum going. Life is so much more fun when the momentum is rolling with you. The flip side is that when the ball of momentum, like in Raiders of the Lost Ark, that big ass ball kept rolling towards Indiana Jones, and he's running away from it. That's being on the flip side of momentum. We want to be behind the ball, running downhill. So now we want to protect the confidence. Now the way we do this is, first is we got to stay in the game, right? We have to stay in the game. Don't be on the sidelines. Don't watch everyone do all this cool stuff and you're kind of wishing that you could do that too. You got to stay in the game. Always have something going on, right? Always have 3 to 5 to 10, if you're talking about, I want to grow my practice. Always have 3, 5, 10 marketing campaigns going every single month, so it's like, okay, Monday I'm handing out cards to every patient. I have a talk at 7 o'clock that night. Tuesday, we're running Facebook ads. I got to test a couple things. I'm going to check the landing page conversion, blah, 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 blah. Had 5 new patients today, or 2 new patients, 3 signed up, whatever it is. You always have to have something going on to keep yourself engaged and excited. Okay, you have to be excited about what you're doing. Otherwise, first, what's the point? But 2, you're not going to stick with it, right? So, gotta have something going on always, and multiple things, in my opinion. Do something that challenges you on a regular basis. Okay, and when I say regular, maybe daily, but weekly at the minimum. Okay, so that may be, for instance, like about 2 months ago, I was in Starbucks, and I was just getting a little work done, and I saw a table full of 6 officers, police officers, and I was like, I'm gonna do something for those guys. And so I went up, I got 6 gift cards, $5 each, brought them over to the table and just said, hey guys, thank you so much for your service. I got 2 daughters. We appreciate you protecting us and doing your job. I know it's not always the most thankful job in the world, but thank you. And they were like super appreciative, and it made me feel great. It was $30, big deal. Another thing you could do is at your Starbucks or coffee shop, whatever. Obviously, I'm from Seattle. Good Lord, I spend too much money and time there. But if you got a line of people behind you, give the barista $50 and say, hey, buy everyone's coffee for me, put the rest in the tip jar. And it's like, get your name out there. I mean, wow, who are you? I'm Dr. Vince. My office is down the street. Come see me. What's up? So, have fun with it, but do things that scare you a little bit. Don't go play in traffic. Don't do something stupid. But look, jump out of an airplane. You know what I'm saying. I don't have to give you examples. You need to do something that challenges you and scares you a little bit, right? Always be learning, okay? Always be learning. The most, Bill Gates, Mark Cuban, all these people, they say that one thing that they want to, if they could do nothing else, they want to be able to read, right? They want to be learning, right? You should really feel, and this is how I feel, it's like, I want to learn, I buy books. My stack of books right now that I need to read is this tall, right? From the floor up. Because I don't wait to order it on Amazon until I'm finished with the next book. If I see something I want to read, boom, I order it. And I just put it on the list because I know that everything I'm going through in life, any challenge, obstacle, or something I'm trying to achieve, a goal or anything like that, someone's already done. And they're probably a lot smarter than me, and they put it in a book, right? So I'm gonna learn from them, follow the breadcrumbs. It's all about following someone else's blueprint so that we can get the same results and hopefully in less time, right? Because time is the most valuable commodity. So here's a few more things to keep you protecting that confidence, right? Okay, so I want you to make a list of all the people in your life, and I want you to divide them in 2 camps. Camp number 1. Those people that are on my team, okay? They support you, they build you up, they believe in you, they love you. That's team 1, okay? Team 2 is those that bring you down, break you down, put you down, it is all down in this group, right? Now, in a perfect world, you're not hanging out with these people at all, but that is not always the case. That's not always possible, right? So in those situations, spend less time with these people, spend more time with these people, okay? More team one, less team two. Less team two can go take a hike as far as I'm concerned, because if you're not in my life and building me up and helping and supporting me and believing in me, I don't need you in my life. Time is too short, okay? So that's one. The next one is the concept of you're the average of 5 people you hang out with the most, right? And so typically, this is like your friends, friends, business partners, those types of things are those types of people or things. But the point being is surround yourself with people that, are ideally at least if they're at your level, then they should be striving just like you, or they're a little farther ahead of you, right? Like, have you ever played golf or tennis, like with someone that they're just way better than you, and you play better. You don't play as well as them, but you play better because you're raising your game. It's the same thing with life, right? We need to, if you're hanging out with losers, you're probably going to be a loser, right? If you're hanging out with guys that are crushing it, you're going to learn from them. It's like osmosis. What are you doing? Where are you investing? Like, well, how did you get those new patients? All that type of stuff. So be very conscious. Those two teams, who's supporting me, who is not supporting me, and then who am I spending the most time with? Like who are my best friends, like, or my closest friends, or business colleagues, or whatever. It's like who you surround yourself with is just so important. So, and by the way, that's a concept of masterminds, right? And this started way back when, like Henry Ford, right? Like one of the richest guys in the world, especially at the time, he hung out with other barons in different industries because he wanted to learn from them and share knowledge. Like, it's not all about just take. It's like, well, hey, what can you share? Like, be a giver first. That's a great concept. Is be a giver first and then look for receiving, right? So that's it. That is pre-confidence, building confidence, protecting confidence. I hope this has served you. I hope you can take this information and implement it in your life, because it's so much more fun when you're just rolling, feeling good. It's like your steps are lighter. People are like, dang, you look good. Like, what's going on with you? You do something with your hair. So it's just more fun, right? So take this information, implement it. Please comment below. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. I don't know which way the button is, but anyways, I'm Dr. Vince with Leone Consulting. This was an episode on how to build and keep your confidence. I wish you all the best, and I hope you can implement this and use this to your advantage. All right, take care.